This is a brief review of Bright Angel Lodge at Grand Canyon, the good, the bad, and the room tour. Bright Angel Lodge is one of my two favorite places to stay on the South Rim, but only in a particular type of room. We'll get to that in a minute. Bright Angel Lodge opened in 1935 as a less expensive option to El Tovar Hotel, and it remains that to this day. It was designed by Mary Colter, a woman working in a field dominated by men who was well ahead of her time. Her style of buildings inspired the Parkitecture style that dominates the national parks today. The lodge is on the National Register of Historic Places and maintains much of the character and style it had when opened. The greatest advantage of Bright Angel Lodge is the location, right on the rim of the canyon. Some of the rooms have a direct view, and all of them are only a minute or so from the Rim Trail and from Bright Angel Trail. And here's the good. They are the least expensive rooms on the rim. They have an interesting historical style. Basically, they're cute. There's crowded but convenient parking. There's steps to Bright Angel Trail, and they are near restaurants and attractions. But there's also the bad. The bad is noise, noise, noise. They have no air conditioning. They have only one full-size bed. They have limited floor space and small bathrooms, and they're located in a busy area. The lodge has rooms that are as cheap as $136 a night. That's initially attractive, but I wouldn't stay in one. They have no baths, they have poor ventilation, and in fact, they smell bad. And they're incredibly loud, especially if you are near a building door. From my perspective, the savings are not worth losing a good night's sleep. Partial rim views seem attractive at $270 a night. However, the majority have a boardwalk out back which is attached to the floor joists in your room. Every bouncing teen and every roller suitcase will reverberate through your room. A few partial view rooms are removed from the boardwalk, and we'll tour one of those at the end of this video, but they're still loud. Partial rim views with a fireplace are a treat, but they're hard to get. The best room, and the one I choose, is the historic cabin at $233 a night. Here's the room tour. One of the first things you'll notice when you come into the cabin is this Dutch door. It splits open to allow greater ventilation. And taking from that, you can see something else. Built in 1935, these cabins have no air conditioning. They do have a ceiling fan and 3 windows which open, and that is your sole source of ventilation. And one of the shortcomings of the Bright Angel historic cabins, they can get warm in summer, and you do get a lot of noise coming in from the outside in the summer. The cabins are equipped with a single full-size bed and rather small floor space, 2 bedside lamps, a room safe, small closet, ironing board and iron, as well as a very small coffee and tea maker. I bring my own coffee maker along so I don't have to make each single cup separately. You'll note the bathrooms are relatively small, and the toilet, sink, and tub are all in the same room. The toilets are a little bit of a tight fit at times, although the bathtub is a welcome relief after a hard day of hiking. They are equipped with shampoo, body wash, conditioner, as well as skin lotion. An additional shortcoming of the bathrooms is a lack of storage space for all the modern things we bring with us, and not to be critical of the female designer, but this glass shelf doesn't really make sense for men who are shaving in the morning. But it's all part of the charm. Probably the biggest shortcoming of the historic Bright Angel cabins is the paper-thin walls. You can hear TVs, conversations, and people taking showers through all hours of the night. Additionally, because you're very close to the rim trail, especially in the summer, you hear people cheering their friends who've completed rim-to-rim hikes, and noise is the biggest issue. Considering these shortcomings, you also have to consider the advantages. First, these are historic buildings, preserved and close to their original state, and they're just awfully cute and fun to stay in. Secondly, you are right on the rim. If you're hiking, you are 1 or 2 minutes away from being on Bright Angel Trail. When the sun rises and the sun sets, you're just minutes away from being on the scene, and that's very good. Another negative is parking is very, very difficult. When you come in to the parking lot and you see an open space, you should grab it immediately, because during the busy times, parking is very difficult here, as it is with each of the rim lodges, El Tovar, Kachina, Thunderbird, and Bright Angel. Maswick has much better parking and also has air-conditioned rooms, many of which have 2 beds and are more modern in design. My summary is this. Bright Angel cabins are my favorite place to stay in the cooler months at Grand Canyon. In the warmer months, I do prefer the air conditioning that you find in Maswick Lodge. They're very much as designed by Mary Colter, and as they appeared in 1935. There were wood floors originally. They've gone to carpet now. They had steam heat originally. They've gone to electric now. Other than that, they pretty much look the same. The beds were originally located in the alcove that contains the television. The single cabins only have a shower stall, which is a compromise. The connected cabins have bathtubs, which are great after a hard day hiking. But in a single, you can get up and make noise and not worry about your neighbor. The shower enclosure is only 30 inches across, making it a little bit difficult to bend down and wash your feet. The 3 biggest problems with Bright Angel cabins are noise, noise, and noise. When you get a single cabin, you take away one of those elements of noise, although this cabin is located on the main road, so you increase one of the others. There are always trade-offs. Personally, I don't like hearing my neighbors at night, so I prefer the single cabin. The full-size bed is only appropriate for a party of 2, and you do have to be close to sleep together in this bed. An alternative room like Maswick Lodge has 2 queen-size beds, which accommodates a larger party or a less friendly party. We had an animal in the wall of the room a couple of nights ago, so we've been given a partial upgrade. I believe this is a partial view room. There is no fireplace, but it has a spectacular view. Come on, let's take a look at the accommodations. Two sets of Dutch doors, which are rather charming. You can leave it open to get ventilation through. A full bath with a tub, which is great after a rim-to-rim hike. A second Dutch door going out onto the rim walk with chairs overlooking. And the most spectacular thing about this room, the 3 windows with a look right up Bright Angel Fault to the North Rim, a trail I hiked 2 days ago. It is equipped with a safe and a small closet, a couple of lounge chairs, a television set, a refrigerator, a 1-cup coffee maker, ice bucket, of course. Otherwise, a fairly standard room. But that view, that access is spectacular. There was a condor flying over a few minutes ago that we got to see. This is an amazing room, and to me, Some of the best value on the south rim of Grand Canyon. It's a windy day here on the south rim. To me, the Bright Angel cabins are the only ones to stay in. The chamisa is in full bloom, thistle getting ready for autumn. This is my choice, staying on the rim. Historic Bright Angel cabins